Hey everybody, it is Liz, and I am back to do another political reading. And so, what I wanted to look at today was the relationship with Rudy Giuliani, how his legal issues will affect not just him, but Donald J. Trump and the GOP party as we know them today. They certainly are no longer trying to adjust my camera here with lighting. They are certainly no longer the party of Lincoln. So what I did was I was going to just do a few cards, but I was inspired to do more. And I do need to fix this box or get something for my Sibylla della Zingara deck, which I absolutely love. And it is a little bit different than my Sibylla Oracle cards, which is the Sibylla Indivina, which is the other deck I use for political readings. This is the Gypsy Oracle deck, or Simbala della Zingara. All right, so again, this is about Giuliani. I have my notes just in case, how things will go for him, how this will be like a domino effect, in my opinion. How will it go for him? And then how does it affect Trump? And eventually, inevitably, how does it affect the GOP? So I'm looking at the recent past for Giuliani. I'm looking at the first card I pulled, interestingly, here was the card of haughtiness. Take a look at haughtiness. Okay, so this is exactly what haughtiness is. It's this lack of humility. It's someone that has no pride. This is someone that probably takes no responsibility for anything they say or do. Sound familiar? Right? So that would be the Giuliani vibration along with the Trump vibration. They are very similar type of men in that way, all puffed up with their ego and this, excess pride, which, is almost like this feeling of being emotionally detached from your conscious, right? It's frightening. So that's the vibe of Giuliani and even Trump. Okay, so I clarified it with the card of the wedding, which is indeed, legal documents and commitment. It can be a wedding, a commitment ceremony, documents and papers being signed, right? It's an agreement of some kind. And so, looking at it with the haughtiness card, to me, it feels like vows being broken, even though this is the wedding card of taking vows and committing yourself to something specific. When it's with the haughtiness card, it's not, a compassionate, real type of commitment here. It's more about how it's more about the appearance for these people. About Giuliani and Trump, the people at Fox News, it's how they appear to their base. Okay, and the last card that I pulled from the bottom of the deck, just because that's where they guided me, was that of the Lord, which is both men want to be seen as the Lord. They want to be seen as God, as beloved, as all, as omnipresent, as all powerful, as the only one that we need to look at and listen to. And it's not a healthy, if the card had just been coming up alone, but when it's with that haughtiness vibration and the card of the wedding, it's more about excess pride, not appreciating. I don't think that Trump or Giuliani in this situation, I just don't think that they appreciate all of the debris and what a terrible mess they've left behind. And mostly it's a lot of this is going to affect him and Trump and the entire party, because moving into where the situation is right now, we have this card of the widower reversed. I mean, when the widower is upright, this is someone who is feeling a loss of something, or a separation, or a loneliness. But when he is reversed, the widower is not appreciating the gravity of the situation at all. If anything, there's an abandonment here. There's this, here you go, the widower reversed. It's, I look at him upright and I think, he's certainly not taking solitude. He's not taking time. He's not, if anything, he's putting himself out there in a way that I believe is endangering him, legally speaking, and he does not appreciate at all what he's done. I don't think he understands that I think that his situation is far more dangerous than I don't think he understands it, or maybe he doesn't care. Because of the whole power thing, because we do have this reunion vibration, and the reunion can be, in a positive reading, it can be, it's reuniting with somebody and reconnecting with somebody, but it can also be, especially in this situation with the widower reversed, it's a detachment. It's more of not trusting. It's like secret meetings, excuse me. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting there. Secret meetings. People, in this current vibration with the widower reversed and the reunion card, you've got not acknowledging how serious these things are. That could be Trump, avoiding the responsibility, not caring. And then the clarification card from the bottom of the deck, which blew my mind, was the card of waiting, but she's reversed. Okay, so if you look at her, I'm trying to get her in the light where you guys can see. I think I may have taken notes on that. Let's see if I did. Hold on, guys. There we go. Yeah. That was let's see here. Come on, guys. Thank you for your patience. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the widower definitely has an ominous vibe to it, because it's damages that are it's such a negative card because of despair, desperation, irreparable damages. This is a vibration of endings. Okay, that's the widower, trying to move on but not moving on. It's almost like he's so disillusioned, and I don't think he understands that while he's waiting, for whatever reason, whatever he's doing with the feds, he's not giving up anything yet, at this time. But because I think that it's getting to the point where he's understanding that waiting for Trump to give him any money or help him in any way is pointless. Okay. And with that waiting card, I wanted to see if I took notes on waiting, because I thought it was a bit important, waiting reversed is all about, again, it's that vibration of being disillusioned. You think you're ready, but you're not. Waiting for your buddy to come through, and help you out. But it's reversed. He's not coming to help Rudy out. There's just no help here. Trump is out for Trump. No matter how long they've been friends. Trump doesn't value friendship. He values what's the word? I hate saying that word, loyalty. He needs people to be loyal. He doesn't have to be loyal, but he expects everybody else to. So now we're moving into his immediate future of this weird vibe. And we've got in their immediate future for Giuliani. It's interesting because he's got the card of conversation. So he is probably talking to a lot of different people in the party. He could be talking to lawyers. He could be talking to consultants, other politicians, right? They're all sitting around talking and trying to, I don't know, come up with a plan. I don't know if they're trying to convince him. I feel like they're sitting with him and trying to convince him not to do anything, stupid, because you've got this vibration of the letter reversed, and that means no one's coming. That means Giuliani is waiting for help. I need money. He needs help with his lawyer. I feel like he's going to be losing a lot of money, and he's not going to get what he wants, especially with the letter card reversed. It means you can sit and wait all you want. It ain't coming, So again, in his immediate future, he needs to watch out, because it's a failure, an epic failure, and it's a big loss. There's no one coming to help him. And then the other card I pulled, the last card to clarify the immediate future, was obviously, it's the faux card, which comes up a lot. And what I what frightens me about the foe, because he or she is so blatantly, they're right there. They're open enemies. So Giuliani and Trump may pretend to be friends, but I think Trump is his worst enemy, along with some other figures in the GOP party that we all seem to know, unfortunately, too well. So in the immediate future, with this blatant enemy, and you've got all this legal stuff going on with Giuliani and Trump, how it's almost like I said at the beginning, it's this domino effect where people are talking, people are wondering what to do. Giuliani is in a position where he needs help and he's not receiving it. So the current, state of mind, where Giuliani is right now, he's the sweetheart card, and the sweetheart card, and this was the last card I pulled from the bottom of the deck, but I went right to it. It is a decision that he feels is justified. It's a vibration of, when the sweetheart card comes up in his current state of mind, it's because of the other cards I'm looking at. We've got death, okay, and we've got money. So these three cards together so that you can see the sweetheart card. There you go. So this is someone who, in his mind, Giuliani believes that he's been a good friend. He's been loyal. So he believes that he deserves to be well taken care of. Unfortunately, this card, death, is destruction. It's the ending of whatever he had with Trump. It's over. It is over. I mean, look at the vibration here on this card. It is literally, it's scary because it's an ending. It's things that are really, like, it's a weakness. I feel like also, looking at his wings, it's this desperate attempt to do something that doesn't seem to go the way he wants it to go. Because, did I take some notes on death? I don't know if I did, because death is just so, it's final, but it's not necessarily a physical death, but it definitely indicates, that there are some problems where his current state of mind is. As far as Giuliani is concerned, he's been such a loyal friend to Trump, and Trump is just throwing him under the bus, with the card clarifying the death card of money. Now, money, you would think, is a positive card, and I think at times it can be, but in this scenario, okay, money is all about needing money. They have decisions to make with the money that they have. And unfortunately, there are changes to the financial situation that Giuliani seems to be living under at this time. I would say probably now and in the immediate future, he's not going to have as much money as he thought. He's certainly not going to receive the help that he wants, because as I look into the environment, this is the environment, how the environment is going to affect Giuliani and how it's going to affect everybody else involved, including Trump. And the first card I pulled is hold on a minute. It's reversed. It's cheerfulness, but it is reversed, which is a real negative card of what? Disloyalty. Look at that. Literally disloyalty. So there's a feeling I get. I think I may have spoken about this before, where I felt that Giuliani's going to be put in a position where he has no choice but, and it doesn't make him happy. He's not happy about doing this. But Trump isn't paying for his legal fees. He's not helping him. So he's throwing him under the bus. That's the disloyalty. Clarifying it, interestingly enough, is the Lover reversed. Now, the Lover upright, we all know, is a faithful companion, the perfect companion. When he is reversed, it's this very immature, petulant man or woman who plays some serious head games, so that's the Lover reversed. So again, for Giuliani and for Trump, what's going to happen in the environment here? Did I put anything down? I'm curious of all the notes that I took, if I wrote anything significant, because the Lover reversed, I think, really does speak for itself, really does. I would say that we look at the environment in the future, and I'm looking at someone who is, unfortunately, considered to be a very bad person to the powers that be. It's like it's the environment around them. This could be, President Biden. This could be the Supreme Court. This could be beyond that. It could be the Southern District of New York. Right? We've got that stuff going on. That they raided his home. So this is kind of again. I said it before, but I'm serious. It's like it's the domino effect. It's all coming down. It's all coming down. And the last card from the bottom of the deck regarding their environment, Trump and Giuliani, is unfortunately prison. So prison is obviously shame, and it's guilt, it's regret, it's unable to get past all of the things that they have done. It's all coming to a head. And Rudy, in my mind, is going to be threatened with going to jail if he doesn't sing like a bird, So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting there is he doesn't want to go to prison. Obviously, neither does Trump. Trump thinks, that he's been disloyal in the future. You will see in the future, I'm going to predict, that Giuliani turns to him for help. And we may not see that exactly. We may hear about it, but he's not going to get the help. And that's when he throws him under the bus. I think that he's going to start talking. Okay. And things are going to we're going to find out things in the next few weeks. The timing of this is very hard to predict. It depends on when Giuliani can't take it anymore. And it depends also with his actions. It's going to have that effect, that domino effect of Giuliani says everything. Trump's taxes come out at the same time, and we're Lord knows what's going to happen, not just with that lawsuit, but all these other lawsuits all coming up, and it's going to cost him and Trump and a lot of members of the GOP a lot, not just money, but their livelihood, their careers. Moving into hopes, this is kind of like the advice from Spirit they have, from the reading is the card of sorrow, which is losing a job. They're saying to Giuliani that you've already lost here. You don't have a job anymore. People are looking at you and they're embarrassed, and you're grieving. And they're telling him that you need to look at your friendship with Trump as someone who is not supporting you at all. And the reason why I say that is not just the sorrow card, but we have the card of the thief reversed, which is someone who gets away. They've literally gotten away. They didn't get away with it. They were caught. Giuliani was caught red-handed, which means that he's going to make sure now in the future Trump is caught red-handed, because the outcome we have of the advice from Spirit is that of the card of size, but it's reversed, which is rejection. It is disillusionment, unfortunately. If you look at her upright, this is someone that's deliberately waiting and isolating themselves and not saying anything. But when she's reversed, she's disillusioned, she's upset, she's unhappy. And the vibration here is that Giuliani has, and I think Trump too, the advice is that they need to really stop being so egotistical. They have to, especially both of these people, from what I'm seeing here, have no right to be behaving the way they're behaving, because they're in huge trouble. Giuliani is going to say things. He's going to have documents. They're going to find things and confront him. And it's going to get to a point where he's going to have to say something, or he will end up behind bars. And it may not be that he's behind bars for a long time, but I also get this impression that there's something wrong with his health, whether it's depression, whether it's, anxiety, whether it's heart palpitations, whatever it is, there's something up there, So moving into the outcome, the last two cards, there were three cards here. The first one I pulled was, of course, that of the Merchant, which can be a very successful card. He can be a very positive omen when he shows up, but he can also be, let me take a look at the Merchant. This is someone who can be very devious when it comes to business, because that's why they're successful, because they're deceptive. It's if it's not deceptive, it's sneaky. It's like a sneak attack, it's sabotaging somebody, deliberately. It can be success, but it can be success and then others suffer because of your success. It's someone who's very greedy. It's someone who you cannot trust, someone who's very misleading. And the other card I pulled was that of the Servant reverse, which is really bad, because this is, unfortunately, what did I write here? I might have written down a few notes about the Servant, because I just thought their relationship is so misleading, and I feel like the servant reverse doesn't have, this is somebody that at the end of the day, he cannot, Giuliani should not be trusting Trump at all. He shouldn't be trusting anybody in the GOP right now. I mean, their friendship is broken. All right, you're going to find that they're not friends, they're enemies. This is disloyalty. There's going to be a very powerful, desperate action taken, I believe, by Giuliani, because he's going to be humiliated. Because the last card here was the card of despair. Take a look at despair. Got a gun to his head. What does that tell you? Literally, what does that tell you? I mean, it's not a good vibration here. These are scandals. This is a very misfortunate outcome for Giuliani. There's jealousy here with this card. There is this very unhealthy, very insane, crazy thoughts that are now even more insane than ever before. And it's very dangerous, So what I'm sensing here is that Giuliani is going to have to sing like a bird. He's in big trouble. I don't believe he's as healthy as he maybe once was. Maybe it's his mental health. I feel as though the man is detestable. I feel like he sees what's happening and people are recognizing his detestable behavior. And the merchant vibration kind of goes along with this vibration, because the merchant, when it shows up with the servant card reversed, is someone who is cunning, greedy, devious, someone who was once a leader but lacks foresight, someone who is scheming. All right, I hope that makes sense. And the last card I pulled, just because I needed to see one more card, that's me. I pulled the Doctor reversed, and when he's upright, it's still a very painful situation. It usually can be that there's some trauma in someone's life, but here we have the Doctor reversed as the outcome to the reading here. And I did take some notes on him, I believe. Let's see, the doctor. Yes, let's see. There we go. You can see all my messy handwriting. When I look at the Doctor, in fact, take another look. He is reversed. This is a vibration that is unreliable, someone who is unhelpful, unprepared, unwilling to take advice, not making any effort to resolve any problems. It's a long, extended period of very, very difficult times, and trying to get help. I mean, this Doctor reversed is saying that Trump is going to try to mislead not just Giuliani, but everybody involved with all of his illegal dealings. He's going to be very misleading, because remember, he's all about himself. So he's going to make people wait, and people are going to have to reevaluate. And I do feel that Giuliani most likely is going to, especially with the Psi card, as I look at the Psi card, again, I kind of get this impression with Psi, which showed up. Where is Psi? I know it showed up here. Yeah. There she is. And she was reversed. It was the advice from Spirit, which is the advice from Spirit is to, not, they need to rise above this. Giuliani, he needs to admit his fault. He needs to admit what he did was wrong. He needs to be humble, and so does Trump, and so do the rest of them. But in order for them to at least overcome these horrible times coming their way, someone here, and I don't believe it will ever be Trump, maybe it will be Giuliani. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Giuliani wants to go to prison. And I think that's what's happening to him with the Doctor card reversed. Things are going to start moving very, very quickly. And before he knows it, he's going to be having to make a decision. And either he will pay attention to his attorneys, and he'll pay attention to, what they're telling him to do, so that he doesn't have to go away to prison for a long time. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a very negative effect on the GOP, because we've got all these egos. We have a lot of backstabbing here, a lot of gossip, no integrity whatsoever. open enemies everywhere. So the GOP, if anything, they think they're okay. They need to watch their back, man, especially in this very stressful time for the party. And again, I do believe that Giuliani is in his own mental prison, but I see him in prison, especially because of the environment. And I think that's what Trump will end up. I think Trump will end up there eventually. So we're going to see quite a ride. It's going to be interesting. So I'm going to stop this reading here. I hope that this was an interesting reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave feedback. If you have any questions, any political questions, post them, or you can email them to me. If you want to book a reading, I have openings coming up this week. So please, I will post all of my information. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. If you liked the video, hit the like button and share my videos so that I can grow my channel. So once I get to 1,800 subscribers, then I will randomly choose 2 subscribers to receive a free 15-minute reading with me by phone. Okay, so have yourselves a wonderful day. I will see you guys soon. Blessings to all. Bye.